Good evening, namaste, and a very warm welcome to yet another session of a wonderful tool that I have tried to present to you through our GEG, the Google Educator Groups. My name is Harpreet Chaudhary. I am a primary school educator working with the French Embassy School. I am a Google certified trainer, and also I am associated with GEG Ludhiana. GEGs, the Google Educator Groups, basically are the groups to tell you which connect passionate educators to discuss the benefits of technology to schools, classrooms, communities across the world, both online and at the locally run events offline. These groups are basically forums that provide educators a platform to collaborate, share, and support each other. Any of us can join that group. You may be a principal, a school administrator, you may be a student, or someone interested just in using Google products to foster learning. It is run by educators like you and me. They are free events which you can attend online and offline. So, coming to today's tool, which is Genially, it's a tool that brings any content to life, is what I would introduce is as. When I was preparing for the session for this Google Educator Group, I was thinking of what sessions to pick up. I was a little reluctant as to how many presentation tools do teachers really need. Do we need this? As we already have a lot of tools, what we are using as Google Slides, Prezi, PowerPoints, Canva, and even some of us do make use of Adobe. We've already seen a lot of hacks on how to add different interactive elements on other programs like drag and drop, making clickable elements, and how to draw directly on slides, and how to add cool animations, which everybody likes. But then I thought of our journey as educators from what we started during the pandemic, of remote teaching to blended learning to hybrid, and now we are all ready to go face to face, physical, in person schooling. It's clear that technology has changed our world. So, why do we keep communicating using the materials and tools? Genially was born to answer that question, to be the tool that allows you to make visually and interactive content at a new level. Genially is all in one content you will find out that anyone can use to create amazing, innovative, interactive content, like I said, which is fast and made easily. With Genially, it's easy to achieve great results without needing to have programming or design knowledge. So you don't need to be a programmer for that. The interface of Genially is designed down to the smallest detail to ensure it is user friendly. Creating content is as easy as just selecting and dragging your elements. You combine the power of technology and word processing, and there you go with a very high level of interactive content that is created right in front of you within a few seconds. Genially's differentiating value is its versatility. Here we have a variety of types of creation that can be made from Genially, from presentations to infographics to resumes, guides, and much more. This is a great advantage of Genially. You learn to work with one unique tool, and that allows you to overcome lots of challenges throughout your career. With it, you save time and money. Genially is completely a robust program with lots of different features, and there's no way I can cover them all in a single session. I must say that. But today's session, I thought we'll discover what Genially is. And what I'm going to do is to show you how to make interactive images, how to make interactive presentations along with the animated content, and all the tools that I'll show you today in this next 1 hour will automatically be applied to all other types of creations, be it digital portfolios, interactive cards, the flashcards that you make, the infographics, the social media posts which you make as horizontal, the vertical, the square ones, and you've got the personal brandings, the guides, the training material, and also to top it all, gamification. Yes, we are out of our blended and hybrid learning, but we still want fun in the class. So there you go. And we can do much more depending on how creative you are by using Genially. So without much ado, I would start away right with my sharing of screen, and we'll start the demo. So I am going to share my screen. here. And let's get going. So anybody, if you want to write it in the chat, if you know where did Genially derive from, which country did it come from? Any idea? Let's look at that. So Genially is how, that's how you go to GENIAL.ly. Genially. This is the first interface that you get when you get onto Genially. Here it says go to my panel. The first thing you do normally when you log in from a new account is you have to create an account. So you can create it through Microsoft, through Google, through other accounts, and you just have to enter. Mine is already there. So I'm just going to go directly to my panel. So that's your interface. It will ask you, a couple of questions like, are you an educator? What are you using it for? Standard, simple questions to go on. And that's what you create. So let's get going. The first dashboard that you come on to, it says is a panel. So here we are waiting. And there, if you see here, it says upgrade to premium. So what all I'm going to show you will be a free version of Genially that you will see. And you've got a lot of options. We're going to look at this panel on the left. And the paid option, of course, has its own benefits. But the free version, nonetheless, has lots of possibilities which you can still explore. And then if you feel it is about $5, $5 a month, but we do not need it right now. I am working on a total free version and I am in love with it. So you will see that's your first interface that you get. You've got a search bar here. You can filter your options. You can filter the collaborations that you have. I have looked for all. This is my first page of my creations. Anything that you create is called a creation here. Then you've got a bin where you will take your trash. Here you've got my brand if you want to create something, but that goes with the paid version. Again, you see the star. Wherever you see the stars, that says the premium version, which is the paid version. So you cannot create a folder on a free version. So I think without that folder also, we are still good to go. We are teachers, we are educators, we know how to get it our way around. So here it is, the inspiration as it is called. This is what you have from other educators to offer. There is a huge list. If you see my scroll bar, we can go all the way down. You've got a mix of presentations. You've got a mix of, it says all what it is. So if you see, for example, here, these are learning units. So there's little chapters that have been created. Then you've got personalized escape rooms. You've got these square posts for, like I said, I'd mentioned about the social media. You've got, let's go on to the presentations here. It says, it mentions, and anytime you see during these are by lovely educators. There are most of them to view, but there are also some of them which have got this blue reusable button. If you see that icon, that educator has very kindly offered to share his or her resources with us. So you can open them as your deck, like a slide deck we create in Google Slides, and you can use it directly. You can edit it, you can use it and customize it according to your needs, and it works beautifully. So that is a whole bunch of options that you have. If you see, we've got the video presentations, we've got these personal brandings that you can have, you've got your interactive images that you have. So you have got one image, for example, this one I'm going to show you. Here you've got this career map, and here there is option for sound also. So if you see, and you've got, wherever you see these icons, these buttons, you have something that pops up that has something that it takes you to either out of Genially, or it gives you options within to create. So again, these are lovely options. Graphic design, again, it's wonderful. You can just open it and it takes you to another page on Genially, and it has got a lot of activities like a slide deck that you have. You can create, it's like a choice board, it acts as it, and you can go on to different options what you want to create. So these can be resources that can best feature, could be linked to your LMS. It can be downloaded or connected or linked up to your classroom, Google Classroom. So it works beautifully there. I'm going to go back here again, going on to the same inspiration, as it is called, by other teachers, you can filter also your requirements. You don't have to go through this whole big bunch or selection. So here it says all. You've got media. You can choose just education. You can only filter by saying show reusable genially. So you can open that bar, and there you can type in education, and there you can use somebody's, or you can even see for ideas. So here all these are reusable because I asked for that in my filter, and these are all what are created reusable. You have a quiz, you've got a connect for game, you've got solar system, anything you can look for, even by grades. And you can look for any educator specifically if you like his or her creations, you can do that also. So now this is what is available there. So I would suggest, to begin with, it would be a nice idea to take a reusable format, a template, where you can start going from there, and you can use from there to begin with, and you can edit and customize as per your needs. But today I'm going to show you, we have about 45 to 50 minutes. So let's take it one at a time. So I won't promise what. We'll keep opening the folds to see what we can do in today's session. So first thing we do to create our own Genially is create Genially. This is the button. This is the next interface that you get. Now here you've got about 9 options majorly to look at, wherein you've got under the more option, lot more. So you've got presentations, infographics, gamification, you've got interactive images, video presentation, guide, training material. So if you click on any of these, let's say the interactive, you also have a lot of examples that are be given. You can take a template directly from here, or you can create your own. So here, once I clicked on interactive image, let's start with that. So I create a blank starting from the scratch. I click on create interactive image. So here I'm going to click on this. So it will open to a panel, interactive image. It says drag your own image or look into your computer. So I have one image I already have downloaded. So I'm going to click on this. I go to a folder, and here this has been uploaded onto my Genially app. There it goes. I click. I have to accept. You can also take images from a URL link that you have. You can take it from Google Drive if you've saved them on your drive. I had saved it on my device to save time. So, and we have got a Dropbox here. So I accept it. I can take the whole frame. So I can just pull the handles to resize my image, or I can just take a piece of my image as well. I accept. Any guesses of where this is from? Anybody? It took me time to find out, to think, so it doesn't come that easy. So it takes a couple of seconds to load your page. So here we will just wait for that. And there it is. My image has been uploaded, and that's my first page of anything. Again, I'll remind you, whatever we are doing today can be used across any creation that you make on Genially. So the standard rule will be the same for whatever we add. So these are some default buttons or the interactive items Genially gives you to begin with on any image that you have. So you can delete them, you can change the size, you can alter them, or you can add it. So I can just resize them. I can even change the color here. So for example, here, if you see up here, we've got this little purple color box. I can change it. My palette opens and I can change it to another color of my choice. I can make it blue. I can even do the two together. I can just highlight them together, and I can change the color of all the elements at one go. So that could be possible. So that's again Genially. Now let's look at the left panel here. You've got the undo button, the top. Before I begin with, I want to give a name to my activity, my creation. Now, the question that I'd asked, which place is this? This is the place where Genially was originated. So I will say this is Cordoba. So here, it is a place in Spain where Genially was actually devised. So for you to know, Cordoba. So I will give that name to my a picture, an interactive image that I have, Cordoba. And then here I have, if you see the undo button, I've got the upgrade to premium if I wish to. I have this with collaborators. If I want to collaborate, I just click on this. I can hit on collaboration. Again, I'm reminding this is a free version that I'm using. So I will maybe just, if you see, I want to collaborate with another person. So here I'm going to just give it to myself at another email ID that I have created. So collaboration, I say all set, and it will say that the invite has been sent to the person. So here it says invitations have been sent successfully, and I can start collaborating. I'm all set, good to go. That's as easy as this is. Anytime you want to see the preview of your presentation or the creation that you are making, you can just click on this little eye, that's the preview button, and this will show you that there are interactive elements. And what do you do? How does it look like? And we'll come to this option and the last three hamburger option, as they call it. We will come to these three lines later. Now coming on to our left panel, we've got this icon. That's what Genially is. This is the representation logo of Genially. You can come back to the main page anytime by clicking this. The home page is what I'm talking about. Then under that, you've got this little panel which you will use to create all your device instruments or the elements that you will create to make your presentation or your picture or image interactive. So the first one here is the text. So I'm going to add a text. Once you click on text, you've got the heading 1, subtitle, as well as there are bullets, the numbered list. Along with that, it gives you a lot of interactive options, but it gives you a lot of fonts with different styles here, so you can choose any of them. Just a little tip here. These fonts look very cool at times, but I think you should also consider the accessibility feature, wherein I do not use it too often to make it too fancy, although it looks nice. But with the students who might be dyslexic, it might be a challenge for them. So I would suggest keep it simple, yet it will be attractive with other tools or features that you add on to this picture or the image that we are creating. So I'm going to make it the title as Cordoba. I can resize it. I can just click on here. That's Cordoba. And I can resize it. Now, the moment I click on my text box and that's highlighted, you can see there is a whole toolbar that appears right on the top. So you've got all the standard formatting options that you have. You've got the positioning of your text box. You've got the transparency. You've got the text color. So I can change this text color to blue if I'd like. I can keep it black the way it was. I can also give it a nice background because my background is quite full. So here I can give it a highlighting color as white. So my Cordoba is highlighted. I can add a subtitle under it, and I can again resize it to a small size. So here I can say this is where Genially comes from. So here I can add a little text here, and now it's not very visible. I can make it bold. At the same time, I will also add my background to it, and I am done. I can make it into 2 lines to make it appear nice. And I also would like to centrally align it. So that's standard alignment. Like I said, your regular formatting features would all be applicable here. So here I'm done, and I am going to align it here. And then this is where my text will be. So my first type, this is done. I want the Cordoba here. I can make it look smaller or bigger. So here I'm going to highlight it. I want it a little more smaller. So maybe I want to give it a 30 font, and I am good to go. I'm going to just move it to place it well. So my title is done. Now, if you see, there are elements here which are interactive that I need to make. These are just buttons that are given. So after going to my section, I'm going to go again to my left panel. So the title is what I've used. We will come back to working on this image later on. So here, image. Now, if you go on to this image section, you have images, which we just did in the beginning because we chose from a template as interactive image that we were creating. Here it says your computer is what we dragged, or we pulled it from my device that I had. Now, if you see, there are a lot of options given from the free options that are from internet. They are copyright free images. So Google has again, Genially has a vast variety of that. So here, if you see, we've got show more, and you can see, you can look for the images here that are amazing. So here it goes. So that's pretty cool here. Then you've got, if you go back, you've got the main menu again on the images. These are images by Pixabay. You've got Jiffy files. You've got uploading options, what we had in the beginning as well, from Google Drive or Dropbox. You can even paste the URL link. And here for the paid option, the premium version, you've got your brand creation that you can create. So that is about the images. So GIFs are also very cool. We will use it in one of our PowerPoint, the presentations that we are going to create. So these are the images that you can pull. The third option on this list is resources. Now, resources basically are the shapes, the icons, the graphs, the charts, lines, illustrations, stickers that you can create. You can even pull out maps from here, the silhouettes, the borders, outlines. They are awesome. It's endless. And you just have to click on show more, and you've got a huge list of it. So you know, the options are endless. You just have to click, and for example, this mic, I just have to click and the mic appears. It's that easy. I said click, select, click, drag, or just click, it appears. I don't need it. I hit delete, it's gone. It's that easy. So I come back to my resources. Shapes also can be color changed, so you can customize as to your needs. Coming on to interactive elements, these are what we have on our screen right now. These are the buttons that you have. So once you click on show more, you've got these huge, again, list of buttons that you can use. So I think I will change and replace these in a moment. So here, this is a list of all what you can think of. There are colors also, and you can change them according to your different customized colors is what you can make it. So you see, the list is endless. So the more creative, the better it comes out, the productivity. Here, buttons with text also. So you've got, for example, a button here. This button will have a text. This is locked. I will show you how to use this also, and you can have a little text with the button. So that also works well, just not the button. So these are there. Then you've got markers. For example, you want to choose a map or labeling activity, drag and drop activity. This is where you can use these markers. You've got these social networking connections. You've got numbers. And another super feature is this invisible area. This is especially very useful where you want to show something, some interactiveness on your document or your presentation, but you don't want any button or anything. You just want the kids to explore like a surprise for them. So it will be hidden. So what you do is you just click on this. It shows up an area, a little box, which is a transparent box, and any activity, once you click on it, can be done through this. I will show you that also in a while. Then you've got these smart blocks. Now, honestly speaking, I do not use this very often because these are normally, I work with the elementary kids. So in primary school, we do not need them very often, but maybe with the older kids, it would be a good idea to use them. And you can just use the graphs, the charts, which I will show you how you can modify and edit according to your needs. But that's as simple. You just click on any of them and it appears on your page. Look, it's that simple, and I don't need it. I hit delete and I'm good to go. You've got insert here, the next option, which is you can insert an audio. Again, a super tool here is to record your instruction, your voice, like you have got mode. that we often very frequently we use it. But here in this Genially, you already have an inbuilt audio system wherein you can record your instructions and you can place them, so when the students come in, they have that connection with the teacher. You are giving a weekend homework or a holiday assignment, there are small little instructions given, and they still have that connect with the teacher even if you're not physically present in front of them. So that again is very simple. You just click on the record button. Hello students, how are you? Let's look at these interactive buttons on the screen. Click on them and follow the instructions. Have a good day. Bye-bye. And I hit done. My recording is processed. The moment the recording is processed, you can see it is placed. There is another panel on the right side that appears. I have this recording. I can even shorten the duration by just clicking the sides. So I can make it shorter from the beginning or from the end. I can make it as short as possible. So here, if you see, I will play the recording. Hello students, how are you? Let's look at these interactive buttons on the screen. Click on them and follow the instructions. Have a good day. Bye-bye. So here, I can place this. How are you? How are you? I don't know, there is an error. So it's that easy. So here you just have to place it wherever you want it on your device, and it works beautifully with the instructions that you give. So that's again very nice feature. You also can have, I don't need the audio right now, so I can, like I said, the audio is there until and unless you delete it. So I can just place it here or in the corner here where I have it, and it's good to go. Now here I have got an option to add video. I can insert any video onto my presentation directly by clicking the link here. I can have a video installed or taken from my Google Drive. I can also embed any content from outside by just pasting the iframe code, and it will be there. So that is the insert feature. The next feature we come to is background. So here is the lovely background that we have. Let's imagine I want to create a page. Just to show you, I just have this option here at the bottom of my image as add page. The moment I click on add page, it will give me all the options that I can do with this presentation. I can add, so it's giving me suggestions. Do I need to have a thank you page? Do I want a section? Do I want a title? So all that is what it is. And here you've got the comparison, you've got the video, but I will just take a blank page. I can select all. I can even go to a Genially template section and I can take one presentation. I can choose again, a whole panel like this will open, and I can choose any one of them, or I can go to my creations, the pages that I have created, and I can choose from there. Again, the same menu will open and I can choose from those. So you can import basically the page from any other presentation which is already created by another educator, or from your own previously created creation. So here I'm going to select a blank one. I hit add. I have got a blank page. Now I want to create background. Now here, if you say it's a background from canvas, so I have all this. Here you've got just plain colors that you can choose from. So I have a blue background, or I want just white again. I want to have, it says colors. Then I have this background where I've got these frame looking backgrounds. I've got this. I've got just a gray background with those side panels, a black one. And I've got also a library. Here, I will come back to this. This is super awesome. You've got backgrounds from Pixabay. You've got backgrounds which can be directly applied to all pages, or it can be, if you're making a presentation, it can be just one page and each page can have a different background, or it can be all across. So this is where you select apply to all pages. Now coming back to the same, we scroll up, we have got this library. Now within the library, if I hit show more, inside show more, you've got all these sub options as illustration, the pattern, the texture, the gradient. I will go to animated. Now if you see these little blue icons on the animated option, this means that the background is movable. For example, this one, look at this. I really like this because my small younger kids love these kind of animations. It's super cool, and they love it. Look at that. You want to see more? Here you go. And you can put your little text in between. It looks lovely. It has got a beautiful effect. The kids love it. They look forward to your work and your presentations and your lessons. You get the job done with fun, and it is cool. So we've got all these options. Look at these stars twinkling in the sky. So you can do lots and lots of fun with just free version. It is that easy. I use them very often. And here, the last one is my page. Here is like you have in the slide deck, you've got that panel where you can see your slides. This is the same way. Anytime you want to come back to all the list, I only have two right now, but if I had more, it would have option of scroll bar. I could go down. I can click on this option. I can hide that like in any Google slide option you have. And I can also add transition to my slide, like animating my slide. And I can also view a grid. So this is the moment I click on the grid view, this is how my page will show up. And I've got more options here to choose from right from here. I've got transitions here if you see. So right now my transition is overlay, but since I was just doing one page, so I'm not going to choose any of them. But normally when you click on these, just hover your mouse, it will show you what kind of transition, and then it will help you decide which one do you want. You want a vertical transaction, a horizontal, or just a central focused transaction, and then it'll give you the options for the transition. So it's that super easy. And you've got the navigation, how standard you want. I do not use that very often. So these are all the options that you can explore. Now coming back to our main one, I do not need this page. It's that easy. I want to go back to my list. I just hover over it and it gives me an option to duplicate or to delete. I want to just delete it. It says, are you sure you want to delete page 2? Yes, I am. And I delete it. I have now only one page because that is what I wanted to animate. I want to create no sound. So I'm going to delete that also. Now coming back to making my interactive options. So here I'm going to open here. And I am going to just give me a moment. I'm going to open a document I'd already created, so it saves time for us. I'm going to open that right here. And I had saved a document here. So this will make our life a little easy, and we will save time. So here, coming back to our buttons, if you see here, my buttons, I've got 3 buttons, but I don't want these buttons, so I'm going to change them. So if you hover over it and click on it, it says these 4 options. The first one is to lock. If you have an element that you've added and you don't want to move it anymore, you don't want the kids to move it also, you just hit the lock button. And now if you see, I will not be able to move this, wherein I am able to move this element. So I'm going to go back and unlock it because I'm still working on it. This dragging option, the hand that you see, the moment I click on it, it turns blue, which means it allows me to drag the element on preview. You can only see it on preview. Then you've got the interactivity element, you've got the animation, and you've got replace. So I'm going to use the replace. The moment I click on replace, it gives me all the other list of elements that I have. I can change. So I want to change it to a starry button. So I'm going to just click on this. I click on replace, and look, my icon has changed to a star. Now the second one, so here I'm going to make it interactive. Let's do it as we go. So here the third option says interactivity. I click on it. I've got now 4 options on interactivity. I can create a tooltip, which means the moment my students will hover over the icon, they'll have a small little note coming up. So that is what, let me show you it is. And I'm going to copy paste a tooltip. I had already taken about this site. So here I'm going to paste a little text I have. Now here, one thing we have to do is this tooltip is just about 250 characters long. So it's just a small note that we can add, no more. So it keep telling us here, it says the amount of the characters we've used. So it's about 202 characters. So here we are good to go. We save. I have the tooltip ready here. Next, I want to change again. I'm going to make it replace. And here this time, I'm going to change it to a video. So I'm going to take a play button. Here, I have changed it. It's again, I want to add an interactivity to my tool. And here, this time, I'm going to go to a window. Window allows you to have bigger text, but at the same time, a window, when you don't want the students to leave out of the Genially and go to another site to look at the video, you want them to look at the video here. I'm going to take my link of the video. Like I said, I have already selected the video link. I'm going to go back to it. Now here you've got, the moment you hit this, you can type anything and it'll go onto a window. Now window allows you to have longer text. You have got some standard toolbar formatting features. You've got emoticons, you've got the links, insert image, and in here you've got insert video. So that is where I'm going to insert a video. I just need to paste the URL. I insert, and the video is right here. Save, and my second interactive element is added onto my image. Now I go to another one and I want to add. So I'm going to just click on this, Control C, Control V. I want to copy. So that saves my time. I am just going to replace this icon. So I don't want this. And this time let's add some, okay, map here. So I have got this pin. I want to make the interactivity. And this time, instead of a window, I want to go onto a link. Let's see. Okay, let's go to this. I've got this iframe. I've taken an embedded code from a site. Here, let's see if it allows me to do it. I don't want to paste a link. I will go again. So look here, interactivity window, and I will put an embed code here, the last option. And I put here my frame. I say good to go, and I am done. Now I've got 3 elements on my interactive image. Let's look how it is. I go to my little eye, that's the preview. I click on it, and there it is. Here, this is my final picture that it'll look like. So here, if I click on it, the moment the mouse is hovered, it gives me a little tag or a note that says that UNESCO has recognized it as importance of Cordoba as the historic legacy and extended to World Heritage Site. Here, if I click on it, I've got a video which will play inside about Cordoba. So here, so we've got a wonderful YouTube video that plays and it'll take me through Cordoba. And the third one, I've got this a map that I've integrated from Cordoba, Spain. And I can again, if I want, I can just go on here, I can make it large, or I can view a larger view, which opens onto another tab. And there I can see the street view. I can change it according to what I want, what I'm looking for. And it works just as any Google Map connectivity that it works on. And I can go to the street, I can look around, and you see, I can just go around wherever I can, and I am in Cordoba right away, of course, through satellite. So that's the beauty of our interactivity. So I'm going to close it here. So that is what it is. You want to change it, you just click on this edit, and you come back to your edit visual. Now here, once this is done, my interactive picture is ready. I just hit all set. Now, this is where I need to publish before I can share it with anyone. So here, private publishing is only on premium plans. I will publish online. I say reusable. I want it by other educators to be reusable. So I hit reusable. And it says, do you want to show on my social profile? The title, if you want to change, any description you want to add. You say, no, I'm good to go. I say all set. And there, I have launched my creation. Now I've got ways to view it. So here, if I hit view, I've got just direct viewing of my presentation. So this is what it'll look like. You can share from here. So if you look here at the bottom right, it says share. Now you've got ample possibilities of sharing. You can link it, just click on the copy link, and you can share it in a chat box, or you can share it through WhatsApp. You can share it by email. You can insert the embedded code somewhere. Maybe you've got a Google site you're working on, you want to enroll and state in there. You can do that by copying. You can send via email, by social networks. You can choose any of them. And this is where our friend is: Google Classroom or Microsoft Teams. So imagine I want to send it through Google Classroom. I will just click on this. It gives me exact same steps of how you create an assignment or a material. So I want to create it as an assignment or a material. I will choose here. It says choose a class. Let's choose algebra. I choose an action. I want to create an assignment or a material. I want to create a material. I click on go, and it opens my direct classroom. I can say Cordoba image interactivity. And here you want to write something. You want to assign to all students any topic you want to create it under. Okay, let's say exploration. And I have got post. And there it is. It says hit. And this is my classroom, algebra classroom, and it has my assignment posted. So here it is done, and we are good to go. So our first creation, congratulations, has been made. So that was our first interactive image that we created. Interested in more? Let's go on. So here we have now, we go back to Genially, coming back to the home page, the dashboard as you call it. Now we are going to create quickly a PPT, or as you call it, a presentation. So we learned how to look at a normal picture, the image. Now we look at the presentation. Now here I want to click on, let's say, human body. Let's explore if I have any with the human body. I don't. Okay, let's click on just education, immune system. It says doesn't give me anything on human body. So I had my creation here, which I had created here. If you see, that's the human body I have. So I am just going to download that. While it's happening, I'm going to go to the panel. It is opening my editor view here. It's still downloading. It takes a couple of seconds depending on how many pages you have. I will wait. Both of them are loading, so sorry, my internet I think is going a bit slow. So here we've got the human body. I hit the edit. We have to wait. So in the presentation you have a couple of pages. So you see, look here. You've got the human body. All this is already given here. You've got the slides. You've got all the tools that you can see. You can use them. So I had named it. Now here, if I can open it to my panel. So I'm going to show you how I did a human body. I created a little quiz to go back and forth on the human body presentation. So here I'm going to go to inspiration again. I want to create Genially. I want to go to presentations to make my search a little more compressed. And inside, let's see if I can find the human body here. You might not have the same name, but you might have some features which are here. So I have this. Before you begin with, you can always see what all you have before you want to use this template. Have a look at this. So it is giving me all these possibilities. I can just see how many pages and do I need this? Do I not need this? And I just say use this template. I am good to go. I'm happy, satisfied with this template. And this gives me all the pages. So let's start from the scratch here. It gives me all the pages or the slides that it has. I might need all, I might not need all. So for today, we are going to just look at all of them. Again, if you're taking a preset template, there are some possibilities. You've got links, like you work in a slide deck and you have those connectivities where you say, once you click on this button, you go to back to the home page or the first slide. Or if you hit on this button and you've got the answer correct, you go to the next page or slide 4. So if those connections are made and you are just selecting few slides, those connections, it warns you, please remember that if you do not select all link pages, some pages may no longer work. So you would not know what kind of interactivity has been added onto it. So I would recommend, normally what I do is I select all, and towards the end, when I'm finished with my document or my interactive presentation or the content I'm creating, I delete what is not needed. So that is what it is all about. So here, if you see, I'm going to show you, this is what I had edited and created. Now here there was a title I'd given. I had also let's look at this option. I had named it as Our Heart. Now here I had added some interactivity. I had clicked on this. There is this text along with the button which I had showed you here, where you have the image, the resource here. You've got the icons and you've got interactive elements. Now buttons with text is what I have used here. For example, I want to use this. I have the size, the standard size. Now this, if you see, is grouped. I want to first ungroup it because I want to move it aside, this little icon. So I'm going to ungroup it. Now each element is different, if you see. So I want to ungroup it here. I want to change this, the size of the house. And I'm going to move it to I'm going to move it to the side here. I can even replace this house to going to maybe let's say a message, or I can change it to send or to print. I can change any icon, thumbs up, thumbs down. Let's look at this. I change it. Now it didn't work, so I'm going to replace it again, and I'm going to change it to, let's say, search. I don't know why it's not working, so I'm going to go undo. Okay, so here I'm going to go back to this. We'll come back to this again. I can change the name here, and I say page 1. For example, I just hit it, and then again I can change the color. Here it's gray. I don't want it gray. I want to go back to a light blue. I can even change this text. I can edit it. And once I'm done, I can just together group it again. And now each time I move, my entire page button with text of page 1 will move around. So this is how I created this. Now if I click on this, it won't work. We are in the edit mode. I am on the editor board. In order to see it move, I need to go to preview, and here I need to. Now this I've not made interactive, so nothing will happen on this. This is interactive. Anytime you want to see what is interactive on the page, this little hand with the button says show interactive elements, and there, look. All these 3 are quick highlighted. Again, look. So this is where it shows these 3 elements on this particular slide or page are interactive. So once I click on it, I had added a page, a window with a slide share. So here I will show you now. This is my main presentation, the original one I took it from. So I had titled it as Heart. So I'm going to change it. I took the template. I say Our Heart. I can make it bold. I can make it even bigger size. And I am right here. I don't need this subtitle. I am right here, and I want to even add here. If you see, I can increase the size and make it go left and right. So I think that's it. And now I have, this is where I added my information. So let's say I'm going to delete all this, and I say let's read. Sorry, let's read. And I've got here the button. I want to change the button. I want to replace it to just a star. I say replace, and it has changed to a star. I want to change the color of the star. I can just make it a blue. I can change the color. Same I can do here. I can add a video, and I can change the text here. Now I go to my Google. I say human. No, okay. Let's say we are on heart. So let's say heart PPT or a slide share. So I think this is good to go. I am just going to go on to this. I like this one. I will go a bit down on this slide share. It has got a lot of information, the learning objectives, the images. I will click on share, and it gives me the embed frame. I'm going to click on this, copy, come back to my editor. Now here I want to add the interactivity. So I'm going to click here with this little hand with a button that says interactivity. I go back to my window. It already has a little image of heart. I don't want this. I just want embedded code, and I hit on this. I say save, and my interactive element is added. So if I go to preview and I click here, my slide share is all here on this interactive tool. So if you look here, my students can go here at their own pace. They can look at it and they can share this. So I think this is what it works here. If you see, each slide is different, and I have information for my students. Like that, you can add lot of tools. I want to go back to my edit. Now here, imagine I want to enter or create a page. Now this is something super, you will love it. So I can even name my section. So if you see my first one, the section name is always under the first slide. So here it's my home page. I can still label it human body. Sorry, human body. Then I can label, keep it index. I can go on to different parts now. So this one I can say as lungs. I can just change, and then this is where maybe I don't want this. I will just go on to delete this. It's simple. And I want to add something right here under this. So I will click on it. I add a page. Whenever you add a page, again, the same process. It gives you a lot of options from the template, from creation, or a blank one. I just hit blank. I add. Now, as in slide, to move it, it always goes wherever your slide or the page in the presentation is selected, a new page is added under it. So here you can name it. It just says this. So I say quiz here, and I have a blank page. I can even drag it to go up on page 4, or I can bring it back to page. It's just simple drag and drop, and you've got your page in placement right there. So that is there. And even you can go to your grid view, and you can drag the pages from the grid view as well to any page on the left or the right. It's that easy. So I can maybe go on here. Look, that's also easy. You've got the whole page right here or here. So both ways it's possible. I go back to my list page. Now we are going to quickly create our quiz. So here I am going to create the first one as, let's see if I have the quiz ready. No, I don't. So here, I'm going to now here add a text. I've got a question here which says, your heart your heart's main function is to move blood from throughout your body. So here I've got this. I'm going to just move it up. So here I've just added this little sentence here, and I'm going to align it centrally so it looks nice, a little appealing. Now here I'm going to have this quiz wherein I want to add resources. So I'm going to add a little shape here. Right here, I want to give it a little rectangular size. I will make a copy, duplicate it, and I want to make it a true and false question. I'm going to color it differently. So that is, let's make it green as my true, and I want to make this red as my false. I want to insert again another small little text, which is right here. Oh, sorry. Which is right here as true, and I want to make it here again another one false, and I'm going to pull it up here. You can resize it the way you want, bigger and smaller. Now I want to connect it. So that's the best part. Now I have got my true and false. What I want is when I hit true, I go on to another slide. So I have to insert another slide or a page. So I'm going to go on to another blank page. Here, I go here, I click add. Here I want when my kids hit true, they should come to this, and it says correct. Correct answer. So here, or that's the correct answer, whatever you want. And I am going to just place it right here in the middle as correct answer. So here, and they move on to the next page, which I want to have a button here. Or I say, okay, let's go. I'm going to just go to this one. That's my interactivity here. So this is what I will put here. And the next slide, in case they hit false, I go back to my pages. I hit next. Okay, so I want to have another one after this, which says, oops, that's the wrong answer. So here, I'm going to go here. I hit add. And I hit on the text. I say, oops, that's incorrect. Let's make it short. That's incorrect. Let's review our lesson and try again. So here, this is what I have for them. If they have the wrong answer, I can again, go align it. I can change the color. I can add a picture, an image. I can just go here and say anything. For example, I can hit here show more, and I can, just to make it more nice, I can just add an image of try again. I don't know if I'll get one, but I can try nothing, sorry, nothing. Okay, so I'm going to just go on. For example, let's say I have got this piggy. I will just drag it and the piggy will appear. It's just to show you that you can, make it a little more fun for them. And there it is. Now I need to add my element. How will this happen? I go back to the slide. It says true. I want to add the interactive element here. So I go interactivity. We go to the page this time. So here, the moment my students hit true, they will land to correct answer. And we hit save. If they hit false, I have my interactivity. Go to page like you connect in the slide. And it says, oops, that's incorrect. And I hit save. Now, let's try. It's not over yet. This is the first step. So here, look, the hand has appeared. Now my box of true is interactive. Look, once they hit correct, they are on correct answer. Now, where do they go from here? I have to connect here to go to the next topic or the next title. Now, if I go back here, I hit false. Oops, that's incorrect. Let's review. And here also I need to have an option wherein they need to connect back. So here I'm going to add on to my connectivity again. My interactive will be go to page. And this time I want them to move to the next one, which is the stomach. And they will automatically click on this and they go here. But if they are wrong, I want to add an element here. I go to interactive element. I go to, let's say, show more. And I want something which says like go back. So here, I have the go back button. I want to hit it here. I can change the color to red. And I want interactivity, wherein I want them to go back to the page where I had my presentation here on the heart. I hit save. I will come back again now to preview. So if they were correct, I hit this. Now this is interactive. They go back to a new option that says stomach. For example, this is the stomach, and now they continue the quiz, the presentation. If not, let's say they had the wrong answer, the incorrect one. Sorry. I will have this option now valid, available for them. They come back to it. It says review. This is where they will again have to review. They have the presentation and then they go back. So they cannot move. Basically, it's like a fun way to show them a quiz activity that they cannot move from if they are not done. So we were on this editing option. So I think that was interactivity. One quick look on a wonderful tool now to draw. I will go back to a page and I will go adding a page. This is another feature of Genially where it allows students to draw on a page or a template. I will just add a blank page to show you. This you can do as just a page, interactive page, or you can just do it as part of your presentation. Let's say we are going to a template for vegetables or something. Let's create. I will pull up an image. Maybe I have something genially. Okay, let's go to this all. And I've got this vegetables. Let's see if this works. All right, so my image is uploaded. It takes a few seconds. Once this is done, let's say we are doing a topic on fruits and vegetables or food groups, food pyramids. We've got all this. I've got my image here. Now I want to have kids do a little title wherein I want them to say, draw your favorite meal plate. So here we are talking about healthy and unhealthy food. So I want them to draw their favorite meal. I want to make the size a bit smaller. So here I've got it right here placed on the side. And I will now add a box here, which will act like a canvas for them. I can make the color a little lighter. It doesn't give you an option to just have a blank image with the border, so with white. So I'm going to make a little lighter shade, maybe this one, and then they can create. Now for the create option, now the Genially doesn't give you an option to directly draw here. So what we do is, here is the role of these three lines, what I told you in the beginning. You hit on the preferences, the gear button. Once you click on the preferences, here it says paint on the Genially, which is normally by default toggled off. You need to just roll it on, and there it goes. I am done. And the moment you do that, you hit on preview, you will see there is a pen that appears, which was not there before. So now this pen, the moment you click on it, it can give you the size of the pen, the tip, how thick or thin you want. You can even change the color. You have these possible options that you have, and the students can create their plate. They can create their little French fries like they want, and it's really fun for the kids. You, again, I say it depends on your creativity. They can make little broccoli in here, which is do 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 do. If they have stylus and the pens, it works better. I am a very bad artist, so excuse me for that, but I think that's one feature that Genially allows you to do. So you can, but each time they will open this presentation, they will have a new canvas and they can start drawing. You can have a group activity, maybe through a classroom board. You have that now that the kids will be there in class. So I think that would be awesome. And I told you how to embed smart blocks. I told you all the features. I think we've done pretty much this. One more thing I can add on to the same activity. I will just duplicate the page. That's the last one we will do. Like I said, we cannot finish. It's very addictive, Genially, because you want to go on and on. Just taking last 2 minutes, I will show you a quick drag and drop activity also with the same I want to create. So I'm going to just Control C, Control V. Let's say I've got this image in between. I want to have the kids do a drag and drop activity. So I can do it with body parts. I can do it with maps. I just say I want them to put the names of the different vegetables. So I will just each time click on this. I've got carrot, cabbage. I can say, where is it? I will just take this. I say chilies here. I want to just move it, keep moving it so it makes it easy. I want to just say cabbage. I want to just say eggplant, for example, here. And the last one I'm going to, so you can, with the time restraint, I think we'll be good to go. So here, what you need to now do is, now these are all moving in your edit mode, but the moment you hit on the preview, these will not be clickable. They can't be dragged, but you are creating a drag and drop activity. For that, you need to click on this, the hand that we were talking about, hit on it, it turns blue. The moment it turns blue, it will be now draggable. So here I'm going to just click on the text box, hit the hand, make it blue, hit the hand, make it blue. I go back to my preview, and this time my students can move. So look, this is the eggplant. I've got the chilies here. I've got the carrot right at the bottom, and I've got the cabbage. And that is all. I think for today, this is super good. We looked at how to create just a normal presentation. And don't forget to hit the all set to publish your creation here. Once it's done, I will just go back to my dashboard, to my creations, and here you will see here coming up. It's taking time. So we learned how to make the page interactive, to make a presentation interactive. We learned the drag and drop activities to create the quiz. So these are my creations. If you see, we did this with a body. So I think we did pretty much good to go. So this section wherein you can get going on to your you can get going on to Genially to start with and explore. And do share and do tag us on Facebook, WhatsApp. You can join the groups and do share your comments. If you create any Genially, we would be happy to see that. I hope I was of some help with this new tool, because I explored it. I thought this was one sorry, it was wonderful for you to explore as well. So that's it from me today. Have a wonderful evening and stay safe. See you very soon with another session on maybe another new lovely tool. Have a good evening. Bye bye.